You are going to quit your job this year and enter the cozy pajama lifestyle. You just need a plan, and I'm going to give you that plan in this video. Hello, my name is Mia. I am a cozy content and business coach for fellow introverts who want to step into the cozy pajama lifestyle, become a creator, quit their jobs if that's what you want to do, and be financially free. Also, if you have a 9-to-5 and you love your 9-to-5 and want to stay in a 9-to-5, but you just want to make some extra income online, you can also follow these steps. That's also totally cool. We're not hating on the 9-to-5 here. We just want to live a more creative, more freedom-filled lifestyle. Let's get into those steps. These are the exact steps that I took back in the day in 2018 when I first started my secret blog. I didn't know what it would turn out to. I had a dream, I had a sort of plan, but by creating content on the internet, I have been able to create financial freedom for myself. And this is exactly what I want to teach you how to do in this video. And let's just say that I'm going to help you do it way faster because it took me a few years to get to where I am today. Step number 1, get clear on your vision and your mission. To some, this step might feel a little bit woo-woo, a little bit out there, but to me, this step is crucial because to be able to get to where you want to go, you have to know where you're going. So this is you, yes, channeling your future self, stepping into that future dream life and just asking yourself, what does that look like for you? Why do you want to create content on the internet? Why do you want financial freedom? Why does it matter to you? Why did you click on this video? What is the mission that you're on? Your why for starting your business? Because I'm not going to sugarcoat things. Entrepreneurship is hard. It is a freaking roller coaster, and you're bound to come across challenges and hardships and blue days, weeks, months where things aren't going the way that you had planned. And for these days, weeks, months, you have to know why you started in the first place, because it is during these times that you want to pull your why out of your back pocket and take a good hard look at it, at your dream life. Why did you start this business? What is the mission that you're on? Okay, so head to Pinterest and create a mood board for your dream life. And also think about these prompts. What does your life look like? How do you feel? Where do you live? Who do you hang out with? What do your mornings look like? Your evening routines? How much money do you make? What have you achieved so far? Another exercise that might help to figure out what you want your life to look like is go through a day in the life of your dream life. You know, when do you wake up? Get really detailed and specific. Where are you? When do you wake up? What is the first thing that you do? And most importantly, how do you feel? Alrighty, step number 2, we need to get clear on some business foundation stuff because it's not enough to just start posting content on the internet. You need to have intention, you need to have a plan, a strategy for what you're actually creating online. But I don't want you to overthink the niche too much. This is like the biggest mistake that I see is people overthinking their niche so much that it holds them back. Yes, you want to put stuff out there to see what works, but you also want to start with a general idea for a niche, a topic, a target audience that you would like to help. All businesses online and offline, they solve a problem for a specific group of people. So I want you to think about what is that problem that you want to solve and for who? Who do you want to help? Start there. Don't overthink it. Start with a core group of people in mind. For example, in my case, it is introverted creatives, online business for introverted creatives. I'm solving the problem of not knowing how to start an online business, make money online as an introvert. I'm going to be honest, when I first started, this wasn't my niche. It's going to evolve over time. It's like a freaking evolution. So just start somewhere. And once you start putting content out there, you're going to find your people, or they're going to find your content, and you're going to know which direction that you will want to take your business next. Follow your passion. What are you interested in right now? What would you like to help people with? Where do you have experience? You know, think about your story, what you've been through, the journey that you've been on so far. Is that something that could, help other people get to where you are right now? So figuring out the topic, aka your niche, and your audience. Who do you want to help? And why do you want to help them? So write that down now and don't overthink it, okay? You can change it later on. It's no worries. Alrighty, step number 3, we are diving into goals and numbers. If you're just starting your business, yes, you're going to have a lot of goals, a lot of dreams, a lot of little dreams, big dreams that you want to achieve. So this next step is going to be really fun because I'm going to let you brainstorm a little bit, have some fun, set a timer for 25 minutes and just write down all the things that you'd like to achieve in in the next 12 months. We got your overarching dream, right? You know why you started your business and what you want to create. But now it's time to get a little more specific and consider where you are right now. What do you want to achieve in the next 12 months? Now, these goals should, of course, align with that big dream vision. For example, maybe you want to map out your content strategy for the next 90 days. Maybe you want to launch a new offer. Maybe you just really want to focus on building your audience and your email list, launch a podcast, whatever it is, write it down. All right, next step is the list. Once you have a messy page of different dreams and goals for the next 12 months, I want you to scan this list and get clear on what goal you'd like to tackle first. I want to give you a little piece of advice. If your goal is to make a lot of money, as it should be, if that is the goal, let's say you want to launch a new offer, may I suggest that before you go ahead and launch a new offer, that you focus for a block of period, maybe a month, 2 months, you focus on building your email list before you tackle the project of launching a new offer. Because I don't know how many times I'm going to say this in my lifetime, but people before profits. You need to have people warmed up, ready to buy before you launch your offer, especially if you're just starting. Make your first goal related to building your audience, creating content, creating a new freebie to build your email list, something like that. Now we're going to talk about your numbers, because if you want to quit your job and become a full-time creator, or you just want more money coming into your business, you need to know your numbers. A lot of people talk about 10K months, 100K months, 50K months, like, whoa, that is a lot of money. Maybe you don't need to be making 10K months. This was the case for me. I saw a lot of people talk about 10K months, myself included. I am guilty of this, but I don't need to be making 10K months. I need to be making 5 to 7K to sustain the cozy pajama lifestyle. So write down a list of all of your expenses, so your personal expenses, and then a list of your business expenses. So for example, your email marketing service provider, your domain, your website hosting, all the things that you pay for to keep your business afloat. And don't forget about taxes. That's really important. And then add these up and you get your magic number. That is what you need to come into your business on a monthly basis to be able to quit your job. And if you want, you can add, an extra 10% or 15% if you want to have a higher profit margin. But this exercise is so powerful, because once you know your numbers, then you can create a doable and realistic sales plan in order for your business to make that amount every single month. The next step is all about making the time, because when you have a 9-to-5 job, you have other obligations, you have a social life, you have a lot of things going on in your life, and now you added an online business. You need to prioritize your time. We only get 24 hours a day, yada, yada, yada. We all know that. This piece of advice that I'm about to give you changed, I don't want to be dramatic and say my whole entire life, but essentially it has, because without it, I wouldn't have the business that I have today. And that is, you need to be okay to not hustle. I'm not using that word because we're all about the cozy vibes, but for a season, go all in on your business, meaning saying no to a few brunches, working evenings, working mornings, working lunch hours, weekends, whenever you have a pocket of time, devote this time to your business and know that it's only for a season. This isn't going to be your life forever. But in the beginning, when you are starting an online business, there's just so much to do, and you're likely just one person. In addition to all the to-dos, you also have to learn how the online business space works. Maybe investing in a coach or courses or reading books or, learning a lot about your niche and the online business space does require a lot of time. It does require you to prioritize the time that you do have a little better. Yeah, saying no to social events and dinners and things like that. That is exactly what I did. I did not have a social life for about 6 months. I didn't have kids at the time either, so I want to say that, but I would wake up at 5, 6 a.m. in the morning and work on my blog business for 2 to 3 hours before I had to be at my 9-to-5. And this was honestly like my favorite time of the day. I would light a candle, I would make a good, delicious cup of coffee, and I would just sit and work on my dreams, just knowing that I was working on something really important to me that had the potential to become, my full-time thing and help me to create more freedom in my life was motivating enough for me to get up at 5 a.m. in the morning. So do you have an extra hour in the morning where you can work on your business? Another tip that I have is to really look at your calendar. Get a little nerdy when it comes to your planning, because when you wake up early or, whenever you have the time that you have for your business, you need to be focused. You need to know exactly what you're going to achieve in that given time frame. I would just time block on my calendar the result that I wanted to achieve. So I wouldn't write down work on online course. I would be very specific. I would write first draft of first lesson of module 1. Be very specific. Challenge yourself to complete more in less time. Okay? Because we got to make the time for our dreams for them to happen. And it's only for a season. You're going to get there and then you'll have all the time in the world. Once you are clear on the first few steps of this plan, which is to define your mission, your vision, and your niche. So who you're creating content for and who you're creating this business for, aside from yourself, the number one thing that should have your focus in the beginning is community. Building your community, your audience, most importantly, your email list is going to be your number one asset in your online business. Because if you don't have people, digging on your content and interested in what you have to offer, you don't have a business. You just have a bunch of offers and no people. We don't want that for you. We want you to have lots of people interested in what you have to offer and sell to them. If I was starting my business all over again, I would focus the first 6 months on just creating content, whether it's on Instagram, YouTube, podcast, blog, wherever. Just focus on building that community and remembering who you're creating for. Don't make the content about yourself, right? Make it about that person that you want to help. This is exactly what I teach inside my content creation and audience building course, Her Quiet Influence. If you want to learn more, make sure to check that out below. I'll leave a link, but that is your focus now. It is to build your audience. It's to test, experiment, fail, make lots of mistakes, because mistakes make for a great story later, and just put yourself out there. And in the words of Ross Geller, don't be afraid to Because again, maybe you're not sure of your niche yet or your audience. That's also fine, but you have to start somewhere and you can always pivot later on, because the more content you put out there, the more feedback you're going to get from your audience on what they're interested in. This is how I pivoted to online business, because I got so many questions about how to create content as an introvert, how to create online courses. So your audience will tell you, but most importantly, you have to feel good about the niche and the audience that you have chosen. So create a content calendar for yourself. Head to ChatGPT and say, hey, this is my business idea. These are the people that I would like to help. This is my brand voice. Help me come up with 30 content ideas that relates to this problem that I want to help them solve. And then set up your content calendar and put yourself out there and create content. Build your community and stop comparing yourself to other people. Comparison is the thief of joy, but it's also the thief of success, okay? And don't worry about being cringe and silence that mean girl, because all of these limiting beliefs, they're gonna pop up once you start doing something that you've never done before. Just because you don't have proof of success in the past doesn't mean that it's quote unquote dangerous to put yourself out there or do something new. It's just your brain trying to keep you safe. Just pretend you have like 10,000 followers already. How would you act? How would you put yourself out there, and what kind of content would you create if that were the case? So just a few mindset tips to wrap this video up. If you want a full workbook, a guide going through all of these steps and more, make sure to grab my From Cubicle to Cozy Life free roadmap below. It'll go through some of these steps, but also lots more to get you clear on how to go from cubicle life to cozy life to make all your dreams come true. You can do this. Cozy vibes. You're doing it. You're doing it. Put yourself out there. Bye.